So the lesson today, right, it's going to build on what we did yesterday with the chromosomes and the genes and how we made those fish, right? But this time we're going to be looking at chromosomes and genes on dinosaurs. In terms of problem solving in biology, most things I like to teach are living, and I like to show as many living organisms as possible. However, there are certain aspects of biology that children can't see, or students can't see, or teachers can't see. For instance, the molecular level of things, you really can't see that. So technology, for my purposes, in my classroom, in the biology classroom, it's really good to use technology to get across points on DNA and genetics and macromolecules and things of that sort. So good job. Meet your first dragon. This is your first dragon. Describe the features. So in here, right?
Yellow has wings.
How come
Breathes fire, that kind of stuff. Because you picked a different dragon.
I didn't pick any dragons though.
So
It just like when I came from.
So did you read through all this stuff first?
I read this.
Okay. So go ahead and click on
And
it.
then I clicked on this.
All right.
And then it just says, needless to say, right?
That's okay. And then what does it say? It says click the male or female button to call up a dragon. So either one of those. It's a completely random draw too, so yours will look different. My goal for today was to use the simulation to help guide the students through a lesson on heredity. I wanted my students to understand that by looking at the DNA of an organism, in this case the dragons, and changing the DNA ever so slightly with different forms of genes, by changing those genes, they would actually end up changing the physical traits of the dragon at hand. So this can relate to all aspects of life, or all organisms, in that if a gene is changed in the DNA, the organism's physical traits will also change. We were talking yesterday about remember how we used the Legos yesterday? We were using the different
the pairing.
Yeah, we were pairing, right? But remember how we put the little red and green Lego pieces on top of the Legos, right? Do you remember what those things represented?
Genes.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Kristen. I deliberately set this lesson up so the students could actually have their own computer by themselves, so they could work through the simulation by themselves. However, it's always beneficial in my classes that the students are willing to help each other out. So when they do get stuck in certain situations, they can always ask a student next to them, or I'm willing, obviously, to come around to the classroom or walk through the classroom and help the students move on with the problem that they're faced with right then and there.
My dragon is dead.
Right. But if you look down here, it says, you killed it. Better figure out how to bring it back to life, right? So whichever gene you just changed, right? Whichever allele you switched, you're gonna have to switch back. So remember which one you messed with though, right? Which one did you mess with?
Oh, the color too.
There you go. Okay. I feel that technology, specifically the internet and CD-ROMs, can be helpful in reiterating what points I would like to get across in my classroom. There are a lot of good programs on the internet to help portray how genetics work and how heredity is passed on from generation to generation. And those programs are really beneficial just because the students can't really see that and they can't get a grasp of how things actually happen. And the computer simulations that are available to the students and to the teachers, I think are very, very helpful. All right, let's bring them back to life, okay? Better figure out how to bring it back to life.
I think it's the color.
Okay. All right, you brought it back to life. Okay.
Oh, I killed it again.
Make some more changes.
What's an allele?
Allele. So remember how yesterday we were? Yeah, you were here yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Remember how we were talking about the Legos? Yeah.
Bates, I do it, but it won't let me continue.
We were talking about the Legos with the different pieces on top, whether one was clear, one was red, right? And they in turn showed a different trait.
Yeah.
So allele is a different kind of gene that will show a different trait. Okay, sort of
So all of these are alleles?
Yeah, so the little h is an allele for, I think it's for no horns, and the big H would be the allele for horns.
Yeah.
Okay, and because you have a big H, it means that there are horns. All right, does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm gonna get some horns.
Well, it says make some more.
It already has horns.
Yeah, but it says make some more changes. So there are probably some chromosomes or some genes and alleles that you haven't switched yet. Okay, so keep on switching until it tells you that you're good to go on to the next part. I think one of the greatest things about science is that students have to continuously try things different ways. Trial and error is a big part of science. In this lesson in particular, the students had to try different gene combinations and different allele combinations to see whether or not the dragon's traits, their phenotypes, would be shown in or on that organism itself. So from that standpoint, I think this lesson was really good with showing the students that trial and error is a big part of science and science learning as well.